more journal entries. 218. And we're going to journalize the following transactions. We're not going to include explanation. They give us the account names down here. And I'm probably going to run out of room, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to double up. All right, May 1st, the business received cash of $105,000 and issued common stock to Zoe Wilkie. All right, so we received cash. This is May 1st. I received cash. Cash is an asset. It's increasing, so I'm going to debit it. I issued common stock, so equity is increasing, and that's my credit. All right, May 2nd. Purchase office supplies on account, $550. All right, so office supplies are an asset, so I'm going to debit office supplies. I bought them on account, which means I haven't paid for them yet. That's a liability, and it's an account payable, so I'm going to credit account payable. All right, May 4th. Paid $7,000 cash for building and land. The building had a fair value of $45,000. Okay, so I bought some building and land. So those are both assets. So I'm going to debit the building, I'm going to debit the land. The building's going to go in at $45,000 at its fair market value. All right, I don't know what land is yet, but I paid cash of $57,000. So cash is decreasing. So I'm going to credit the cash for the 57. Well, I know that these two have to add up, so I need another 12,000 on the debit side, and that's how much I'm going to put into the land account. All right, May 6th. I performed services for customers and received cash of $3,600. All right, so cash is an asset. It's increasing, so I'm going to debit cash. And I perform services, so that's revenue. I'm going to credit service revenue. Revenue is recorded with the credit. On the 9th, I paid $350 on accounts payable, so I made a partial payment on this accounts payable up here. So my liability is decreasing. I record that with a debit. Accounts payable, $350. I paid it with cash. Cash is an asset. It's decreasing, so that's recorded with the credit. All right, then on the 17th, I performed services for customers on account. So this is very similar to what we did on the 6th, but it was on account. They haven't paid me yet. So on the 17th, I'm going to debit accounts receivable because I have the right to receive payment. And I'm going to credit service revenue. All right, now I'm going to have to switch sides over here because I'm out of room. All right, so it was on the 17th. So the 19th, paid rent expense for the month, $1,200. All right, so I paid rent expense. Expense is recorded with a debit. So I've got rent expense debit of 12. I paid it with cash. So cash is an asset. It's decreasing, and that's my credit. On the 20th, I received $1,500 from customers for services to be performed next month. All right, so on the 20th, I received cash, so cash is an asset, so I'm going to debit cash. It's increasing. It was $1,500. Now, the credit on this one is a little bit different, though. I haven't performed the service yet, so since I haven't performed the service, I still owe them, so I'm going to credit the liability unearned revenue. I can't recognize it as service revenue until I've earned it. All right, the 21st. paid $900 for advertising in next month's IT magazine. Okay, if you look down here, we've got a prepaid advertising account. All right, I'm paying for advertising, but it won't go in, it won't be used up until next month. All right, so I'm going to debit the asset prepaid advertising for the $900, and I'm going to credit cash. Cash is an asset, it's decreasing. All right, prepaid advertising is also an asset. All right, the 23rd, I received $3,100 cash on account from a customer. So on the 23rd, I got cash. It's an asset, so I'm gonna debit cash. It was $3,100. All right, and it was on account, which means that they're paying you money that they already owe you. You've already recorded it. It was the asset accounts receivable. Now it's going down, so you're gonna credit accounts receivable. All right, it's like one of these people down here from May 17th is paying you. All right, May 31st, incurred and paid salaries of $1,700. All right, so on May 31st, I incurred salaries expense. Expenses are recorded with a debit. And I'm actually paying it, so cash is going out the door. Cash is an asset. It's decreasing. That's recorded with the credit. And that is it. Y'all need to get comfortable at doing journal entries. We will do them all semester.